Christchurch, New Zealand. Give it up for Hannah. Here we go.
Hannah, Mr. J, how's it going? Where'd you hide the body?
Do you remember once you offered me something else?
Was it a food thing or something?
Jenkins, get out.
I haven't had the pancakes yet. Was that? Okay. That's precious, Matthew. Where's the food? Like a forensic. Stuck up, man. Watch yourself, cheeky dog. No, we both put it down there, so I wouldn't be able to do this about it. Don't into the cheese, little boomer. Do I look like a fucking disabled person to you?
Yes.
Now you like gonna eat that? Now you're a vegetarian? Shopping, did you? You look dumbass and know that. I won't touch you on my thing, you just be regular friends. Oh, Boons! You're welcome.
Everybody, give it up for your first guest of the day, Miss Katrina Milosevic. Give it up for Katrina.
Take a second because this is actually blowing my tiny little mind. Are we really here? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming, guys. I'm so absolutely honoured to be here. And you guys are amazing.
Welcome to New Jersey. This is how we greet everybody in New Jersey. Not true. All right. Yeah, have a seat, everybody. Fantastic welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Have you ever been to New Jersey before?
I have never been to the United States before.
Wow.
You know, like every Australian, I've watched so much TV. Everything to me looks like Law and Order, and that's really we just keep walking down the street going clunk clunk. Anyway, yeah.
Do you guys get a good feeling for just how popular Wentworth is in the States? Because, I mean, look at this.
I am now. Oh my goodness. I seriously, I forget that it's a TV show. I love working on this show. That it's the work that I actually love the most. And this blows my mind. I forget that it has this impact on people. I should know because it has that impact on me, you know, and as do other shows. And I love you. Yeah, it's sorry, I'm still just taking you all in.
So here's what we're going to do, okay? We want to get to as many questions as possible. These questions are going to come from you guys. So in an orderly fashion, if you do have a question, make your way onto one of the sides of the room. There's a staff member on each side who's going to wave. They have a microphone. We're going to form lines. We're just going to keep it going. If I do realize we're running out of time, I'll tell somebody, hey, you're the last person, and we can move on. But I think we've already got a line churning over here on the left. So right here, why don't we... Yeah, I went through that before, but guys, just to echo the sentiment one more time while Kiana's here, no questions or requests about taking photos or anything like that. We'll have some great photo opportunities later for you guys. Let's keep it to information only and whatnot, stuff about Wentworth and their characters and everything like that. Okay, first question over here on the left. What's your name and where are you from? Right here. Boom.
I'm Dale from Kentucky.
Oh, hi, Dale from Kentucky.
I love boomers.
Oh.
4 years ago, I started watching Wentworth, and Boomers what made me continue to watch it until the freak came.
Tell me about it.
But Boomer's still up there on top. So we love you here.
Thank you so much. Oh, you're lovely. Thank you, Dale.
All right, we're going to go over to this side now. What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Joanna from Ohio. Oh, I'm Joanna from Ohio. So I'm really nervous.
So am I.
So on the Wentworth episode of Family Feud, you said a lot of the mannerisms of Boomer came from your boyfriend.
He might be in here somewhere. You'll get to see for yourself.
And I was wondering, like, what other mannerisms, like, from him that you put into the character?
Oh God, he's gonna kill me. He just has a way with words, my man, Rodney. He says things without realising it, and it's like I take it and I put it in the boomer bank. And then it just comes out when I'm on set. But no, it actually started when I was actually auditioning for this role. So, gosh, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. And I was trying to find a way into this character because when I saw the role of Boomer, what's called a character breakdown. So when you're auditioning for something, they give you a few lines about who this character could be, and literally, you know, most times you get a good couple of paragraphs, but Boomer was like 2 lines, and so I thought, okay, what do I do with that? And there was my boyfriend. I think I can do something with that. Because he was watching TV at the time. Yeah, I think I'm onto something. And he's just the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, so there's a few bits and pieces. But the weird irony is he's brilliant. Like he's incredibly smart, and not saying Boomer isn't. Yeah, but she has smarts in other ways. But yeah, so he's not completely like her, but there are a few things that are a bit like, oh yeah. And he can see when I'm watching him. He can see when I'm putting it in the bank. He goes, don't. It's all right. And then he sees it when it goes to air. He goes, sorry.
So if you guys see any gentlemen walking around behaving like Boomer, you can ask, are you Katrina's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Do you know, you mentioned the brief character breakdown. Was the character initially meant to be smaller and they expanded it? Is that?
Yeah, the character was meant to be, she was meant to be what's called a guest role, so just sort of, I think, come in for a few episodes. And which I'd sort of gotten to a point in my career where I just thought, I'm getting older, I don't know if I want to do this, so I need to be able to get my teeth into something. I love acting so much, and I love the process of you know, going through scripts and, you know, dividing it up and really trying to get to the bottom of what's going on and thinking of, you know, choices I can make within, you know, the confines of a script. And so I said to our startup director is a man called Kevin Carlin, who is still one of our directors, and he's been amazing. I've worked with him a lot over my life, and he said, let's meet for coffee before your audition. And I went, okay. So we did, and he said, look, she's small, but don't worry, we'll do something with her. And so I was lucky enough that he'd just point a camera at me when I'm picking my nose or something. And then yeah, so we, you know, she sort of, she took on a bit of a life of her own and grew, which I'm really grateful for. And yeah, it's a bit of a gift. Yeah.
Well, the character is a gift, and you crushed it, so that helps. And it goes to show, kids, always pick your nose. All right, next question over here on the left.
Hi, Katrina. I'm Amanda from Buffalo, New York. My question is actually probably from all of us. Can we get an I'm back, bitches?
Okay. I'm back, bitches!
Next question over here.
Hi, I'm Jada. I'm from South Philly, and I was gonna say I love you, but why is it so loud? I wanted to ask. I know you touched on it a little bit, but what was the audition process like?
The audition process, well, for my role, not that extensive. It was just because Kevin, the director, already knew me, and the producers already knew me, except for one producer. She'd seen me around, but she actually she thought I was too girly for this role, which, you know, I probably am. But Kevin said, "No, she'll be right." I said, "Thanks, Kevin. What do you mean?" So yeah, he told me that he said with the audition, just really uglify yourself and just make yourself as intimidating as possible, and because she was meant to be pretty much just muscle. That's what she was, but I really wanted to see another side to her, so that's what helped cultivate with her. And it's so bizarre when I think about it. It feels like yesterday when we started, but obviously it wasn't. But and that audition process, actually Jackie, who plays Smiles, Linda Miles, she was reading opposite me in my audition, and I screamed in her ear. She never lets me forget it. And I can't. And I think the audition piece I did, I don't know if you guys remember from season 1, there was a scene in our cell block in H1 where we were talking about, we were talking to B about sex.
Yeah.
And Boomer said something about Fev makes her come like a freight train. Yeah. So I think part of that was my audition scene. This was weird.
Next question over here.
I think it was Come Like a Werewolf, wasn't it? Or How Like a Werewolf?
Yeah. Oh my God, it was too. Maybe it was Come Like a Freight Train, and then they changed it to something about a werewolf.
Okay.
What was the line? Do you remember? Now I need to know.
So I'm Katie from Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And after that you're great at comical relief, by the way. It's great breaks in the show. But we're gonna go a little darker here. What was the most difficult scene for you, if you have a particular one to do? Because it's kind of some deep and dark stuff going on.
Oh, I know. That's a really great question. And
You can talk to me. Okay.
there's a couple. There's probably 2, and one you haven't seen yet. So stay tuned. You won't believe it. It's. I hope you're not leaving. Lips are sealed. No, but season 7, I honestly think is the best season yet. And honestly, and it was the hardest season to film, and you'll see why. But it's still early days at the moment. Not that you guys have got it at the moment. It's coming. Do you? No? Oh, you don't. But the other one was the scene, I can't remember what series it was, but with Maxine, and when she says she's not going to have the surgery and the therapy, and that was really hard to film. And we filmed that. It was a public holiday in Australia, and so Wentworth, being Wentworth, didn't want to spend too much money. So it was like a skeleton crew, and Socrates and I had back-to-back scenes all day, and they were all high emotion scenes. And that one particularly was just to do, because you do stuff over and over and over and over again, and that was really hard to dredge that up, to dredge that fear and terror. Yeah, terror, fear, sadness, and yeah, just doing that over and over again was really difficult. Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Next question on this side.
Hi, Katrina. I'm Gina from New Jersey. Oh,
Jersey.
we love you.
We do love you.
What was your favorite scene or the most fun scene to film? And thank Rodney. Boomer's awesome.
Thanks, Rodney. Oh, that's a good question. My favourite scene to film. It's funny because sometimes scenes look like they'd be fun and they're not. Really hard. Can you get tips? Oh, that. Yeah, gonna get my fuck on. I'll tell you the story about that scene. That scene was done in one take because we literally had like 5 minutes left and they didn't want to do overtime, so the director just went, can you just do something? And Steph, who was one of our boom operators, said, oh, why don't you say something about getting your fuck on? So, I just steal from everyone else, really. But no, it resonated for me, and we just, did it in one take, and they filmed it in slow motion, and it was done.
It's like the one time a sound guy saying something really creepy worked out, right?
Pretty much. Now, you'd be sued, but I just took it and ran with it.
Over here, next question.
Hi, I'm Victoria from New Jersey, and please let everybody know that's here, it's not Joyzy, Bugs Bunny says it like that. It's Jersey.
You're the second person that's... Why do I want to say Joyzy?
Because Bugs Bunny says it that way.
You Bugs.
I just want to thank you for sharing your talent with us.
Oh.
You have had such an amazing range to show us as your character Boomer, and you do such a delightful job. You've put me in tears, you've had me laughing, I've spit out stuff from my nose when I'm driving. I've messed my pants a couple times. You and me both. I have to say thank you. And that said, I want to know what is the most comical piece that you found that you laughed too hard and had to do too many takes to accomplish?
Oh my goodness. I think, this is the funny thing about Wentworth is it's the scenes that you don't expect to be funny. Like, they don't come off on screen as funny, because the ones that are, you can tell when you read the script, are like, oh, this is a moment of levity, this is a moment of joy in the, in the darkness. They're often really hard because you've got to try to temper them because the writing for me can be a bit over the top, and I sort of go, I don't know how to sell that, because I've got to make it real. And sometimes they can come off sounding like one-liners, and and that's what I really want to avoid, but it's very hard. But and they're not, they're not that fun to do because I'm too busy concentrating, and there's so much going on. But I don't know, we have a giggle. The best scenes, I think, are anything with the family when we're in H1, and there's a kind of a familiarity with the environment, with each other, and I think it makes great scenes because of that, but it's also where we find ourselves giggling, and usually it's not to do with anything in the script, it's just to do with what's going on in our lives, and we'll be like, especially Celia. But yeah, did that answer your question? I know it's hard, it's so hard. Oh, that's easy.
Over here next.
Hi, my name is Kim. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Kim.
You played the character absolutely brilliantly, and you mentioned that you've been in the show for a long time, and you're not sure how much longer you get it, but are you concerned about being typecast going forward?
That's a really good question. I'm fighting against it, and oddly enough, I'm currently, Wentworth isn't filming right now, so don't stress. But I'm doing a different TV show at the moment where I'm playing a cop. I'm playing. So, woo!
Can we see
I've
it
dodged
here?
that bullet for the moment, but
Can the United States see it?
I don't know. They're probably in the process of trying to sell the show overseas, but we
What's
haven't
it called?
Yeah, what's
It's called Sea Change.
Sea Change?
Pardon?
Sea change?
Well, Secret, yeah. So it's the complete opposite to Wentworth. It's light and funny, but it carries a lot of heart. And oddly enough, like, it's very funny, but my character sort of carries a lot of the emotion, which is strange because normally I'm like, you know, the lightheartedness. But you know, she traverses a bit of both. But yeah. So I'm hoping I've managed to avoid typecasting. I hope I continue to. I want to, because I just want to leave, you know, Boomer when I do, if I do,
Oh,
if
no.
she ever leaves.
No.
But you know, everything, well, I don't know, maybe it will never end, who knows. But you know, I want her to stand alone. I don't want to make Boomer into, you know, several other characters over my lifetime. I'd hate that. I think she deserves to be her own self.
Have you had to say no to anything that was too similar to Boomer or similar to Wentworth or anything like that?
Yeah, actually. A play, weirdly enough. There was a character offered to me this year that I just felt was a bit, way too similar. And even the director, when I met with her, acknowledged that, yeah, I can see why you'd think that. There's no need. There's so many actors out there, great actors, and, you know, I understand there's a fear around, you know, trying new things with new actors, but there shouldn't be. So I said no to that in the end because I just thought, oh, it's too similar, and, well, I couldn't get my head to think. I tried to think of the differences, but I just thought, no. So, yeah.
Over here, next question, and I love the costume, by the way. Look at this.
I'm at home.
I went for full Boomer on this thing.
You totes did.
Can I be an extra?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Sarah, Jersey girl, now in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Okay. You've talked about the difficulty of being an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful woman that you are, inside and out. It radiates, and that's part of what gives Boomer her wonderful heart.
Exactly.
But you talked about playing ugly being a challenge.
Not as much of a bloody challenge as I'd like.
But my question is, as an actress as well, how much did the writers give you on Boomer's backstory, and how much did you develop on your own? And can you share with us a little bit of what you developed as Boomer's backstory? And, for lack of a better way of putting it, what's her damage?
You'll find out in Series 7. Oh, but in terms, that's a really great question. I think there wasn't anything given to me about Boomer's backstory at all, and for years they kind of never really touched on it. And I'd been sort of at the writers going, please, you know, people want to know, and I want to know where she's from, and you know what her story is. So I'd made it up myself, and thankfully we have a very collaborative writing team who allowed me to just hand them wads of paper about stuff that I sort of thought. And so in my head, Boomer had always, she obviously, her damage is that she's
Goodbye. Have fun.
You know, I think it's quite a common thing, unfortunately, but violence in the home, poverty, they all, you know, if you know, for the grace of God, you know, can go a lot of people. So and this is the way that she went because of her upbringing. And I'm speaking around in circles only because I don't want to spoil anything. But and as far as it's I've worked it out. It's not even playing ugly. It's the what I find at the end of each series, and I really felt it when we finished Series 7, which again you've yet to see, but. The content of the show, it's
honest.
It's honest, and it's raw. It's raw, and it's hard, and it breaks your heart, and you can't help but be completely invested in your character and in everyone's character. It's just one of those magical things that's happened, and we're all very aware of the responsibility we have to shine a light, you know, and do it truthfully. And you take that home with you, and it's very difficult to let go of. And I think, yeah, I found myself, Celia and I talk about this a lot, you know, over the years, it's like it builds up, that dark content and that the sadnesses that these women carry around. And it's very hard to let go of. So I made a very conscious choice at the end of Series 7 just to try to shake it off. And I'm still, you know, until I go back, I'm still shaking it off.
Yeah, thank you. And how much do you miss Socrates? Because you were such great foils for each other.
Yeah.
Maxie and Booms.
Maxie and Booms. I think Booms, I don't know how much more she can take in terms of losing people. You know, it worries me. Because she's lost so many people that she found her family with, and that's all she's ever wanted, was to find family. And so yeah, I don't know, yeah, how much more she can take of that. Oh, you're welcome. Pleasure. Thank you. You're lovely.
Thank you. Next question over here.
Good morning, Katrina.
Good morning.
I'm Janice, and I'm here with Cody, Whitney, and Gail, and we are your biggest Canadian fans. Hi. So I would just like to know, you've been very successful in your professional life. So decades from now, when you look back, what will determine success in your personal life?
Oh, wow.
That's deep.
Oh, that's deep. And very valid. Success in my personal life. I think the same as everyone. You want to be content, and whatever that means for you. And for me, success will mean having no regrets. Ultimately, I think. That's probably the most succinct way I can, sum that up. That's the thing I don't want. Yeah. Let's all think on that for a second.
We're going to be able to get to maybe 2 or 3 more on each side. So if you're probably, I don't know, here.
I'm Shay from New Jersey.
Hi.
Jersey.
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 What is your favorite Booms and Frankie moment?
There's so many. Nicole De Silva and Frankie Boomer. They've just got this thing, haven't they? It's kind of weird. It's like every time when I look into Nicole's eyes, if we're doing a scene together, it just happens, whatever it is. And there's just this enormous love there. And a lot of the stuff that we came up with has been improvised. And I don't know, something pops into my mind when I was really upset with Frankie, and then she climbed on top of me and started going, dance with me. And it was just one of those moments. That wasn't in the script. It was just something we started doing. But there's a lot of those moments, and where it's just, the two characters playing with each other, and it feels so amazing. You feel like it's an out-of-body thing because there's that chemistry, and there is. She's amazing, and those characters are lovely together, aren't they? They're actually, of mice and men when it comes to that. Hey, Nicole. Thank you.
Next question over here.
Hi, Katrina. My name is Rob from New York.
Hi, from New York.
I adore you. And my question pertains a little bit to Series 7. But it's for you as an actress. What was it like playing a character that's been locked up for so long, and Boomer ends up on parole? What was that like?
No, it's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler because you know there are trailers out and you sort of see her in civvies, but you don't know what's going to happen. And does she end up on parole? Don't know.
He apparently knows, but
Nice try. Well, I can only imagine that. My theory is that Booms is incredibly institutionalised, and I don't know that she'd fare so well on the outside, to be honest. I think, yeah, she's found her family, and she's needed those boundaries, she's needed those rules, she's needed that uniform, she's needed her bed taken care of, her bills taken care of, her board, her food, and it's a ready-made family. So I don't know that she'd do so well out there. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And not that was one, but just in case, no spoiler-related questions. Whether the question itself may or may not contain a spoiler, not saying that did or didn't or whatever, but I would say, even if something was in a trailer or something like that, maybe some other people avoid trailers. I know sometimes I do that for a show I really like. So let's try to keep, maybe in theory questions about season 7, but in case, nothing too on the nose there. Next over here. Oh, sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, they tend to, with those trailers and stuff, they tend to be a bit tricky and they like to mislead you. So take it all with a grain of salt. You actually, it's hard to know what to expect. Oh my God, you wait till you see this.
Next question over here.
Hi, Katrina. My name is Leah. Thank you for coming all the way to the United States.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I love you. I'm from Pittsburgh. I just wanted to ask, how much freedom do you have for improv on the show? To do your own thing?
Yeah, a lot. And it's a weird thing that happened when we started, because normally you wouldn't have so much freedom, but we've just taken it and run with it. And it was just a combination of Danielle and Nicole and Celia and Sharina and the gang, the prisoner gang, the girls who are in the clink. I just remember the first day of rehearsals before we knew what this show was going to be, but everyone hit the ground running, and we all had very strong ideas on how we wanted to establish relationships. We felt this responsibility to give the characters a sense of history before you guys caught up with us, if that makes sense. You needed to enter the prison through B's eyes, but feel like you're coming into an already established place. And so we worked really hard on that, and the only way to do that was to understand character really well. And of course, because of that, then we knew we could speak as our characters in improv, and now it gets encouraged. Sometimes we're told to pull back, but because we could go on forever. But it's just part of it. It fits with the tone of the show. It fits with the style of the show, and sometimes you can't help it. Something will come out of your
So
mouth.
what's your favorite thing that came out? Unexpected.
Oh God, there's so many. Not so many favourites, but so many unexpected things that have come out. I'll have to get back to you on that because I can't think. There's so many. It's so many.
Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Oh.
Next one over here.
Hi, I'm Elena. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Hi.
And I'm a police officer, so I'm really excited to see you in that role.
Oh, yeah.
Really
I'll have to
excited.
pick your brain later.
Yes, please do. And my question is, of all the characters, who would you pick for Top Dog?
Boomer.
Me. I really would have picked chaos. Can you imagine the chaos? Pizza for everyone! I don't know. Who would I pick for top dog?
Allie.
I think Rita. at this point. Although we're still sort of getting to know her, but it's got to be someone with good intentions. I think Kaz, you know, how do we feel about that? I think she's come good. I think she's, you know, her heart's in the right place. She's a slow burn because, yeah, she was annoying at first. But now there's something about her. You sort of just go, I like you. Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. She crossed the line. Yeah, interesting.
We're going to do one more question on each side, so the rest of you guys can sit down. I apologize, Bill Berenger in costume. You're going to have to next time. But go ahead, sir.
Hi, I'm Chris from Bumfuck Nowhere, Pennsylvania.
I've been there.
Have you?
How do you pronounce that one?
Bumfuck Nowhere, Pennsylvania. It's just north of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You're awesome. And my question is, well, okay, so Frankie's gone. Sonia's gone. Other things may or may have not happened. Do you think Boomer is losing her way, or do you think she will stride on? You kind of touched on it a little bit, but...
I think she's probably walking a knife edge. I think there is going to... You're going to see... How do I do this without...
It's almost impossible with that question, sir. Thank you. Just kidding.
I tried, I'm sorry.
No, I think she has lost so many people, and like I said, I don't know that she'll handle losing any more. But I don't know, has she lost Frankie? Frankie's not
lost, but
you know.
She'll be back.
She's alive. Sonia, not so much, but... And the thing with Sonia, I think, I don't know that it was an emotional connection with Sonia. It was sort of more of a mutual respect there that Boomer wasn't used to having.
Like you felt purpose and now it's
Exactly.
taken away.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like zombies kind of walking.
A bit lost. Oh, you'll have to see. Yeah, you'll wait. Sit down.
What about as an actor, as far as kind of, you know, obviously over the years losing scene partners that you get so used to, but the cast constantly, you know, adding new actors and for yourself new scene partners. Is it fun? Is it kind of a new challenge? Or do you sometimes miss those actors that you develop that rapport with over the years?
That's a really good question. I do. I get very sentimental, and I do miss, you know, having scenes with certain people. Absolutely, I do. And, you know, I live in hope that anything can happen in this world. and yeah, having new actors come on, as we do quite a bit, it presents a challenge, and we're actually quite, it presents a challenge only in that you don't know how it's going to go until you actually do it, but it's always been great. And, you know, you work out your way of working with people, and that's part of the process. And so it should be, because it keeps the show alive and bubbling along and moving and changing. At the same time, we're quite proprietorial, so it's like, you know, you've got to work hard. If you don't work hard, you know, you'll suffer the wrath of... No, you don't. But
Boomer's been one of the constants where these new characters come in and it's sort of a barometer. Is how do they handle Boomer? How does she handle them?
Yeah, that's true. That's a great insight. And it's like, yeah, I never thought of it like that, but you're right, she does.
Last question. Give yourself a round of applause. These were all great questions, everybody. No pressure, but this will be the parting thoughts.
And the greatest question ever. No pressure, though.
I'm already shaking.
No.
Hi. I'm Casey. I'm also from Bumfuck Nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm from Clarion.
Oh, nice.
So, my question is, one of the things that I've really loved watching most throughout all the seasons is the relationship between Boomer and Liz, and how it has progressed so much from, you know, such good friends, and then like her lagging, and then you hating her, and then it just goes back and forth. I'm not gonna lie, there was a few times when my mom and I weren't really your fans because of how you treated her.
I was in the right. She was the lagger.
My question question is, how was it for, like, you doing the character? How has it felt for you with the progression of you and Liz's relationship, and even for those of us who have seen the first 3 episodes of season 7 with that and with Boomer and Liz?
Amazing. I've loved their relationship from day one, and I have to say, Celia is the most extraordinary actress to work with. She gives so much. She's so real. And you know, this kind of that sort of it's such a mother-daughter relationship, and always has been, and it's been strong from day one, but also strong in that it when it's become weak, you know, when they have been at odds and when they have hurt each other terribly, because that's all the lagging thing was just deep hurt for Boomer, you know, thinking that she puts all her stock in someone and they let her down, and she can't quite process emotion, so it comes out as just bashing. Bunta, exactly. Because she can't process, you know, she emotionally stopped maturing at about age 12, so poor thing. But and I do feel for her, and you'll see why. But it's it's amazing. It's really special, that relationship particularly, because you're right, it's been there from the beginning, and it did that, yeah.
My mom and I love your bomb dance.
The bum dance.
Yes!
Cool. I haven't bum danced in ages, have I?
Go for it!
I can't even remember.
Do any of you guys know how? Oh, there we go.
This is my mom.
Hi!
So it was more when, you know, Stuart told you to get your ass out of Liz's face. It was more like this.
Oh, yeah. Geez, that feels like we filmed that yesterday, because I just made that up on the spot, I remember. And because you know, it's easy to always see it. Yeah, no, it's just, all it is, like, it's just like, you stick your ass in someone's face, and you can see them moving back, and you just go in a bit further. That's all it is. It's not spectacular.
Give it up for Katrina Milosevic, everybody.
Are we really ending on a bum dance?
We are ending on a bum dance. Guys, hang in your seats. We're going to get Katrina out of here to her photo ops. Give it up for her. Your questions were amazing. Thank you guys so much. Hang tight. Give it up for yourselves. That was awesome. Make some noise. Katrina Milosevic, everybody. Here's what we're going to do. So.